Now, it could be said that we're living in a volatile time, and insurance is a volatile industry. Therefore, customer loyalty must play a crucial role for insurers looking to uphold exceptional customer experience. Yet just how important is loyalty amidst such volatility?
It's super useful. I mean, we all know that the classic, it costs less to keep a customer than it does to acquire a new one. But particularly in these times, we know that loyal customers tend to be more that they are advocates of your brand, and therefore, they're going to promote yourselves to other customers, their friends and family, and therefore you're attracting that pool. But also, they are potentially more likely to buy more with you, and that's really important. From loyalty means that they not only will stay longer, but they're potentially going to buy more from you. And also, which is interesting, is that coming back to that trust point, because they know you, they actually are quite often can go for self-service, that direct contact, and using digital more because they feel that they know the brand, they know you really well. And so loyal customers get to know you. And therefore, it's actually, from a provider point of view, there's a more cost-effective way in dealing with those customers. And actually, they can be more forgiving with potentially smaller mistakes. And what we know from research is that there's a real correlation between customers that trust you, again, and loyalty. And actually, in the research that I mentioned, the Institute of Customer Service, that if a customer scores you 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 for trust, I think it's around 87% of those customers are likely to stay with you longer. So again, it comes back to that theme of trust, that, if a customer trusts you, then they're more likely to be loyal. And the so what of that, therefore, is that you're going to get customers, as I say, that are going to themselves do more with you, but absolutely tell others about it as well.
Are there any methods that you can measure trust, or how do you know that you've built that trust with the customer?
It's a good question. The easiest way and the most direct way is asking that question. And you can do that through your voice to customer program or through ad hoc surveys. So you're literally asking that question, rating you out of 10 or 5, 10 being I absolutely trust you, most trusted, and don't trust you at all being on the other scale. And so you can ask that question directly. But also, if you don't have that question, again, it's about picking up on those key themes that I talked about before. So it's listening to what customers are saying, whether that's through your surveys and voice of customer or through telephone conversations and recordings. Are customers telling you that you're being simple or that it's difficult for you to deal with you? Are they telling you that, actually, they listened to me, they understood my personal situation, they related to me? Are we picking up themes like that or not? Or actually, they didn't understand me. It was they put me through a process that didn't work for me. And also, actually, are we picking up signals about, I really like the brand, that this is a brand that I really buy into and that I want to pick up on. So if you're not asking that direct question, you can absolutely find those signals to see whether is a customer, are there signals that are saying actually yes they trust you, or are they actually saying, well, actually there's some things in there that could undermine trust, which goes back to some of those fundamentals around what drives trust in the first place.
I have a personal question. Do you have experience where your trust with a brand was broken?
Well, yes, actually, what comes to mind, I won't mention the brand, but we all know, particularly now when people are starting to think about holidays for next year, and you get this, dynamic pricing where you've been looking at maybe a holiday rental or a hotel or something like that, and you've been looking at it for a while and you're hesitating a bit, and then you come back to it and you start to see that price going up, and you think, hold on a minute, you're just doing that because you know that your cookie's in my phone or whatever, and it comes down again to that transparency about price. It's that basic level of, can I rely on you? Are you dependable? So those are sort of things where you think, well, actually, I don't trust you now because I feel that actually you're not giving me what I would normally expect in terms of that level of service.
Yeah, I know this with airlines. With airlines, you need to book very quick and better don't look twice, otherwise the prices will go
Well, it really
instantly.
it makes it then almost you're gamifying it for the customer, and the customer then has to find ways around it, and that already creates that mistrust. And you think, well, actually, what's going to happen next? And we've had obviously all the challenges post-COVID around cancellations and things, So it's about, are they going to deliver what I'm expecting them to deliver? And if they're dependable and reliable, then that's great. But if you think, I'm not sure, actually, I'm not sure whether it's going to happen for me, even if you paid the price, then you're saying, well, it doesn't build that level of trust. And actually then, coming back to our cost of living crisis, if you then see another or a competitor and actually they're offering a better price, you may switch to them. Whereas actually, if you really trust that brand and they're absolutely dependable, you're going, well, I'm not going to go with them because I trust this brand. I know what they're for. And that's the key point, I suppose.
I have another question that is when it comes to insurance, because it's a bit of a faceless kind of service in the terms that it's not like a retailer where you like the style and all that things. There's a big pool of customers that you don't interact with. They just pay the monthly fee and they don't need any cover or nothing happens to them, and they just pay. So you don't have any interaction with them. How do you know of those customers?
It depends again on your customer base and the types of products and services you have. But you can have the situation, and I've seen surveys before in my career where customers are giving you in that classic net promoter score scale, they're giving you a 5 out of 10. And the reason why they're giving you 5 out of 10 is it's that shrug of the shoulders. I don't have a relationship with you, so I don't know how to rate you. And that is a challenge. And what it is making sure that you can provide value-adding interactions where it supports the customer. What you don't want to be doing is trying to overtly contact the customer when they just want you to get out of the way. And by those value-added things now is particularly in insurance, you can use data a lot more to give customer information around crime in their area, for example, or weather patterns, and almost contact customers to give them more information ahead. And there are a lot more services built in now for that you can do with farming, for example, that gives farmers more information up front. So you can create that dialogue that allows you to have that relationship, but it's got to be on the customer's terms and value adding for the customer as well.